Okay, hello, good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us today on our webinar, which is focused on our security audit feature, which is quite new with the version 9. So good morning to you guys joining from the Europe. Good afternoon to you guys. I see a lot of friends joining from the APAC region. So hello, welcome, and we can start. So it's going to be me presenting this webinar. It's OTA with Safetica Technologies, and also I have my dear colleague George here that will show you the live demo on how to work and how to generate the security report as we promised in the invitation. So now we can jump to the next slide. I will just very briefly run through the agenda for today. So we'll take a look on security audit in general. What does it mean? What do you need, or what companies need to go through the successful security audit? How does it work? Then we will take a look on the live demo and how to generate a security audit report with Safetica, how easy it is and how easy it is to work with this feature. And also we will present you the Safetica automated security audit report, where we will show you how the document looks like, what is the output, what are the results, what is all the information that you can see inside the document, how to work with security incidents, and all the overview that you will have automatically generated out of Safetica. And then if we're lucky with the time, we will have time for questions and answers as usually on any of our webinars. So about Safetica Technologies, well, I assume that most of you guys know about our company. We are data loss prevention vendor headquartered in Czech Republic, and actually we were established a little bit before 2011, but the first version of Safetica DLP, data loss or data leak prevention, was released on that year. And our customers, we have more than 170,000 protected devices. The number is constantly growing, so that's one of the numbers, and we are present and we have customers and partners in more than 95 countries all around the world. We are also in many technology alliances with Microsoft, for example, with ESET or with Fortinet, and this also is very beneficial for our partners and for our customers, that we bring the integrated solution with their existing security stack. But Safetica is not only about the DLP, but also helps with a wider range of security issues. So this is our happy team and all the professionals ready and standing by to help you with any of the problems you might have. And let's jump on the security audit. So why security audit? I would answer this simple question by a simple answer. It's the information is a new money. So I think that each and every company organization needs a security audit, and it's very important. It's the crucial part of the cybersecurity strategy of each and every company, even if it's a small doctor's office, law firm, doesn't matter, or a huge telco provider. They all, or we all, need security audit. So should it be external or internal? That's a question that's very important, and I would answer that I would say both, because we need external opinion, we need external experts to tell us what we are doing wrong. And to be honest, we are usually not honest to ourselves, and we're trying to not to see some of the problems we might have in the company. And what we can do internally in terms of security audit, and this is what this webinar will be about, is that we should run it regularly. We should focus on the security regularly, and we should investigate and we should audit our own systems and users and sensitive data and all that stuff on a regular basis. Why? Because incidents are happening on a regular basis, every day, and we just cannot wait a quarter or for a next year to have another external consultant coming to our company. So we really need to know from the outside world, need somebody from the outside world to help us, but then we need to do our job internally as well. So also we have some prerequisites here for security audit, so we need to take a look on what we have, how we work, what technology do we use. We would follow certain methodology, And the security audit can be quite simple and can be very, very complex. So what is the difference? The complex security audit will give us an analysis and a plan, and the simple one must be done regularly. So that's something that, or that's my opinion on this, on the difference between the simple or complex security audit. And also there's a difference in length and costs, because complex audit can be quite costly and take a very long time. And security audit we need to do every day, week, month, can be quite, we can do it quickly, we can do it easily, and it can be very, very cost effective. So what is also the part of the security audit usually in general is for example interviews, because I've done this audit myself a couple of times, and we know that we need to interview CTO, we need to interview IT manager, we need to interview C-level management, we need to interview more people, and they will tell us things. But what we don't know from these interviews, it's if it's true or false, is if they're lying or not, because the people just, they will tell us, oh yeah, we have discovered, we have everything on place, we have all the latest technology and stuff, and just get the F word out of my office. So this is something that we need to have a cross check with reality. Also, uh, usually the part of security audit are stuff like penetration testing, data discovery, or vulnerability scans, and very, very different stuff is usually to be found. And also very important part is to take a look on the company's processes. So it can be quite complex and difficult process to go through, and we just want to show you how easily you can run the security audit with Safetica on a regular basis. So what we usually focus on is, as I previously mentioned, the new money, the information. So what we have, for example, industrial and design plans, or what else, a know-how, personal data, financial information, or any information that is related to GDPR, PCI DSS, HIPAA, or any kind of regulatory compliance. So these are the information assets, and we need to focus on them because this is the most valuable asset of the company. And believe it or not, but almost 80% of data leaks are caused by human error. So it's not caused by external hacker or attacker, but 80% of data leaks are caused by a human error, by a person sitting inside of the company. So that's why we are focusing on this important part. And what is the crucial part of the audit, or why we are actually doing it, is to know. So we need to know 24/7, and we want to know about the most important things like data transfer, malicious users, about security incidents, about data handling, and also we need to know the user behavior, because out of the user behavior we can predict if there is some potential risk, potential incident, coming. And the knowledge will give us the opportunity to work with the information and increase the level of security in the company. But this webinar is not focused on what Safetica DLP can do, but it's focused because it's the step B. But this is today it's focused on the audit part. So let's take a look what is included in security audit and what we can see and why. So we take a look on the websites, applications, how users work with the printers, files, emails, how they work with the network, devices, and more. And all this information, it's very complex, and you will see the report in a few minutes. So we just need to deliver this report very easily in a simple way, so anybody in the company can understand without prior or without any training or without any explanation of what they will receive, because multiple roles will receive this this file or this report, and they need to understand what is going on. So now George will show you how easily we can work with the report, how easily we can generate the report for you, for the manager, for CISO, or anybody in the company. So we'll just now take a look on how it works, how we can generate the report very easily. It's almost a one click, as I promised. And I hope that you can see now the Safetica web console, and George will tell you more about how to generate the report.
Hello everybody, this is George. So you have already some basic information, theoretic information about security report, and now we can jump into the web Safetica console where you have these informations which are included in the security audit. So here in Web Safetica you can see the dashboard, which includes all data which are in the security audit, divided into the three parts, like data security, behavior analysis, and IT utilization. Three most important points, three most important sections, which you can find here. Most favorite for managers or IT owners or CEO. So here in the dashboard, you can see some basic information, top informations, for example, where the files were sent. And here you have some number of security issues which we recognized already. So if we jump into this chart, you can see that it's part of data security, some outgoing data. And here you have security issues, you have some attention which you have to pay for it, like 2 sensitive files in 87 files totally were transferred to USB or other external devices. So everything you can see here in this Web Safetica in global, and everything you will see how we can do by one click only, how we can generate a security audit report.
So George, how we will generate the report, and how do we put all these information and all these graphs and everything into one report?
Yeah, that's so easy, because during the period which you can set here on the top, we are collecting data, and here on the first page in dashboard, you can use only this one button, download security audit and report, and only by this one push, one press of this button, you can generate all of this information into the one document only. So back to the another section, behavior analysis, also important part where you can see the users of your company and some important activities, also some unproductive users or some applications, some IT utilizations where you can see how your computer works. So that's all what you need to know about your company, included in Web Safetica, and only by this one button you can generate the security audit. So let's jump to the security audit, and Ota will describe you more about this document.
Okay, thank you. Well, I was kind of expecting that you will press the button, but the truth is that we would generate the data from our company, and maybe you don't want to, or we don't want to show you. So we have security audit prepared. This is how it looks like when it's generated by that one magical button, as George just previously shown. And if we would run down the document, I think it's like 16 pages. And believe me, this is generated automatically. So we have data from 83 working stations in the time period of March 1st to March 19th in 2019, and the data was collected during the company's working hours, actually. So if we just scroll down in the document, and we see the contents here. So on the first place, we have scope of the audit, we have files transferred, and then it's divided into categories in IT security and the behavior analysis and everything. So I will just slowly scroll down, what we can see here, we have files transferred by USB, by email, by webmail, also company files uploaded to the web, files transferred by instant messaging, cloud storage services, and then we have analysis of how applications are used and the web usage. We have analysis of job search uh, and some more information. And what is very important and what I wanted to tell you here on this webinar is that actually we used to do this manually, and our partners used to do it for the customers manually. And still there's a lot of things that partners can deliver to the customer regarding the report and the services, but it just makes this audit report makes the work easier for both sides, because we have the basic information generated just straight away, and everybody understand what is going on, and then we can dive deep into the security issues and stuff. So let's take a look on the scope of the audit. So the security audit focuses on sensitive files in the company environment, files that leave the company, and how employees use company resources. So if we take a look here on the upper part, we just monitored over 300 gigabytes of data. It was 99,599 file operations, 33,032 files, 4,400 4,240 outgoing files, and we had 321 user accounts, 83 computers with Safetica, 223 computers in total, and there were 42 Safetica administrators. So let's go and see the more interesting part. So when were files sent? So if we take a look on the time period, we see from the 1st of March to the 19th of March that there were some peaks, including the green line was for cloud drive, the orange one for USB, and the blue for network, and we have a gray for email. So we have these peaks here, and we can see if I wanted to know more, I would go into console and take a closer look deeper into who worked with the files and what were exactly the names of the files, the final destination, and the source path. So also, because with this customer, we have data categorized, so we see what data categorized the files have. So we see that 70% of the files were public, 20% were sensitive, and 5% were confidential, while the rest, I think, yeah, 5% wasn't categorized. So, well, we had 20% of sensitive data, and what were the most common activities with the data? So we have Microsoft Outlook, so most probably they were sent via email. Something was maybe uploaded on Google Chrome, and also another services were used. So what we can see more, we have a green tick boxes here. So it's something that's done right, So in the event, that's something that already on place and working. So the first one is, in the event of a security incident, you will be alerted by instant alerts. The second one is, you have set up regular reports on the company's security status. And the third one is, you have identified company sensitive data which needs to be protected. If the data wouldn't be identified as sensitive, there would be a red alert icon. So also we have recommendations here, which used to be something that a human being had to do, but the basic recommendations we can base on our know-how and the intelligence we collect through the years. So for example, we have recommendations here that you should regularly check that the alerts you set are up to date and addressed to the person responsible. Also, you should set regular reports for selected areas, and for example, you should categorize files with sensitive data on a regular basis. This is all these things you can do with Safetica product, and these recommendations are here to educate and to let you know more on what you can do about the data security. So another part, we have files transferred by USBs or other external devices, and here we have the red alert. So what we can see here is that 223 files of total 1,793 files have been transferred by USB or other external devices. Your security policies were not restrictive. So what does it mean? So we had 223 files transferred via USB without any restrictions and without any security policies. And so it means that basically anybody could do anything with the data. So the recommendation again would be to do something with this, to categorize the data, to protect the data, to monitor what is, or this is what we can see because we monitor the files, but also to let the users know what, for example, what USB storages or devices they should use in the company. And also, again, we can see the peaks here. All data is the blue line, and sensitive data is the orange line. So why do we have the time period here is that usually if we would go deeper and investigate and trying to find out what happened, if it was or wasn't incident, we need to know also when it happened, because was it during the weekends, was it in the evening, was it early in the morning, or was it just during the day? It can also tell us more about this incident or this event that happened, and we can find out more from this information about the timeline. So which categories of sensitive files were transferred? We have presentation, we have web files, and we have some other categories. So, and who sent the most sensitive files? We have the exact users here, so we can also take a look on that user and find out more about what he's done with the files. We have another recommendations here. Define which USBs and external devices are trusted. So another part, very important for our customers, files transferred by email. So we have another alerts here. For example, the second one here is 121 sensitive files. Total 121 files have been transferred by email. Your security policies were not restrictive. It doesn't necessarily mean that something wrong happened, but it's just alert that is telling us that users were transferring the sensitive files via email, and there were no restrictions. So possibly any type or any kind of sensitive file could leave the company without any security policy on place, and you should focus on this area and do something about it with Safetica DLP. Also, there's a green tick box to 241 sensitive files, total 1557 files have been transferred by email. These files follow your security policies, so that's fine with me. Okay, so and when were the files sent? Again, I can see the timeline here. What were also the categories of the sensitive files, and who sent the most sensitive files? Again, it was Rebecca Rice. I think that I should focus more on this user and try to find out if there's anything happening with that person, because then I can take a look later on, for example, on a job search and stuff, and I can maybe find some very interesting information. Also, again, we have the recommendations here, so it will automatically tell you more which areas you should focus on, what settings you can do, and we have this analysis or this audit report ready for all the categories I told you previously. So files transferred by webmail, we have very similar layout here. Also files uploaded to the web. So again, we have alert here, we have a green tick box, something was done right, something was not done right, or there's a potential for improvement. And also we have, for example, the overview of files transferred by instant messaging apps, and also by cloud storage services, or if users are using these, which is quite common actually. And we have found a lot of security incidents when people just use cloud storages to share the data with their customers, with their friends, or with their colleagues. And it's one of the major areas where the data leaks are happening by just, people just don't know, they're not educated enough that they should transfer or share the data in a secure way, which is definitely not a cloud, public cloud storage or web service for sharing the data. So then we can take a look on how applications are used, because some of the roles in the company want to know, they need to know. So IT manager wants to know how the apps are used. Also, the HR might find this information very valuable. And also, for example, if the company is using expensive software, they want to know how the software is used and how many licenses, for example, they need in real. Because as I previously presented in my slide deck, that we have a lot of interviews, during the security audit, and people just talk. So this is the real data, and this is the real information that you collect from the computers. So it's just not something that, this is real. So if we take a look on the apps, we have some risky activities. We have some games like Half-Life Launcher, Warcraft 3, and some more. And also we can see how the employees use their work time with the application. So we have email client, web browser, Office Suite, text editor. For sure, we have more detailed information in Web Safetica that you can find very easily. But this is the report, this is the overview. So we need to keep it simple. So what were the most common activities? Outlook, Chrome, Skype, VMware Workstation, and we see the users here that were the most active during the days. Also, if you can, if you should, or if you want to, let's say, if you want to have more or better outcomes, you should categorize the applications regularly, and you should know what people use for work and what they use for fun. Also, we have analysis of the web usage. We have some internet services here, some domains that were most commonly used by the users, and again, how do people spend their time on the web. Also, if we just scroll down, we can see the most risky activities, and again, how did employees use their work time. So we see LinkedIn here, which can be productive maybe for HR or for salespeople. But if we take a look on the users, maybe we don't want accountants to use the LinkedIn, or some people that work with designers, for example. Also, we have Indeed here, or Monster, a job search uh, page. So if we take a look, if we scroll down, we have some more information thanks to our endpoint client on how the computers are used and stuff, but it's usually for large enterprises, large companies, to know how people use their computers, how they use their time. Also, the same here is with printing. If you're into sorry, knowing how people print, how much they print, how many pages, you can all find it here, what printers they use. But it's the information maybe valuable for IT manager or the procurement. Also, this is sometimes quite popular feature if people have in the companies, IT managers have a problem with bandwidth, or the people that overusing the internet. So we have download, upload. What we can find interesting there are, for example, torrents. Downloading the movies and doing all this nasty stuff with the company's computer. And well, this is the end of the audit. It's the last part. I introduced the company, so just a summary. So thank you for joining us for today's webinar. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask us in a chat window. We are happy to answer your questions. And once again, we are happy that you found time to join the webinar. And the follow-up email you will receive shortly with this sample report, also with the registration for a demo and some more information, as well as the recording of this webinar. So thank you all, and please, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. We have a lot of people I can see here, so please ask your questions. Okay, so I'll just run through the questions. I know the next one is a tiny thing, but is there any chance to personalize the report, like add a company logo, etc.?
Yeah, sure. I will try to explain a little bit. You can export in PDF with your Safetica prediction. So if you upload your logo and your basic information into the Safetica, you can export this security audit with your information as well. And also, second option is export this security audit into the document like .x for Word, and you can also modify a little bit this document for your reason, so you can put your another images or some specific names, or if you wanna to make some anonymized security audits, you can do it.
Okay, another question. Do you plan to share a sample security audit report with comment explanation which we, distributors, resellers, partners, can use during meetings, webinars? Yes, this exact file will follow in the email you will receive after the webinar, and all the comments are there. So if you would need any best practices from our side, because all that you need to do is to install Safetica clients, which is maybe 1 hour, and then just switch on the monitoring, collect the data, and then you will generate the report from the web Safetica, which is just the magical one click that will generate this report with the recommendations and everything. So Peter, if you can just follow up, if you would need anything different, just send me a message, and I will work on this with you. Okay, John. Hi guys, I missed the first minutes of the session. Is there a way for us to produce this report? Is there some tool or option I didn't see? Yes, John, you can generate it from Web Safetica. It's just one click, and it's the icon on the upper right corner above the graphs and everything. So there's a small icon, and if you would play a recording of this webinar, which is something you will receive in your email, you can see it in the live demo part where George is showing how to generate the report. And also you can contact me if you would have any more questions. Okay, we will share the PPT and PDF, and also another question. Yeah, link, we can get the session video download. Yes, yes, you will get the full video of this session. And I think that's all for today. And thank you. If you would have any questions, you can reach out to us directly, and we can follow with the conversation. And I think it's beautiful. 38 minutes after 9 o'clock here in Brno in Czech Republic. So thank you all for joining us. Enjoy the rest of the day, and we are happy to cooperate in the future. So thank you, goodbye, and have a great morning, evening, depends. Bye bye.
Bye bye.